Good morning, everyone. I'm honored to speak here and I'm happy to share my topic with you. And first, let me introduce myself. My name is CHENXI, and the topic we are going to discuss today is Lev Vygotsky zone of proximal development and its application in detailed learning environments. And we will explore the insight of this theory and its importance in contemporary education. And through this lecture, we will be able to understand Vygotsky's theory of social development in detail and master the theoretical framework of the zone of proximal development and the role of more knowledgeable others in the learning process, and understand the importance of learning in digital learning environments and how to use scaffolding strategies in mathematics. And finally, we will discuss how to use scaffolding strategies in mathematics and how to realize the educational goods in ZPD theory in a learning environment. And first of all, we will get to know Vygotsky and understand what social and cultural theory is. Unlike Vygotsky, he was an outstanding psychologist in the former Soviet Union, and his theory emphasized the role of social environment and cultural background in individual cognitive development. And he proposed a core concept, the zone of proximal development, and which changed our understanding of learning and development. But this theory was only published after his death, and before that, few people knew about this theory, which is very regrettable. Because of his important contributions in the field of psychology, and he is known as the Mozart of psychology. And the culture that he created had an impact not only on the Soviet Union, but also on the field of psychology in the West and around the world. And next, the Vygotsky's social development theory is also called sociocultural development theory, and Vygotsky's sociocultural theory believes that individual cognitive development is mainly achieved through the interaction of social interactions and cultural environments. And this theory emphasizes that the learning process is mediated by sociocultural factors, and meaning that knowledge and skills first exist at the social level and are then internalized by individuals through social interaction and language communication. And Vygotsky believed that learning is a socialization process and that cultural tools, and such as language, play a key role in individual cognitive development. Through these tools, individuals can observe and internalize knowledge and behavioral patterns in social culture. And the core view of sociocultural theory is that cognitive development is not only an internal psychological process of an individual, but also a process deeply influenced by social interaction and cultural tools. And cognitive development is deeply rooted in the social background. And the cultural tools mentioned here include many fields such as language. At the same time, Vygotsky mused individuals can learn new skills and knowledge through interactions with more experienced people, and interactions that occur in the zone of proximal development. And this theory emphasizes the importance of social interaction in the education and learning process. And Vygotsky's theories had a profound impact on the field of psychology and education, and particularly on how to design effective teaching methods and learning environments. And it challenged the individual certainty learning theories of the time and viewed learning as a socialization process. At the same time, Vygotsky's work was groundbreaking in the earlier 20th century and refuting the popular theories of cognitive development that emphasize the individual learning process. And his introduction to the zone of proximal development, the ZPD, provides a framework for understanding the potential for tuner growth in social setting. And when discussing Vygotsky, we have to mention Piaget, another cognitive development theorist. Next, let's take a look at Piaget's theory and the similarity and the differences between the two. And Piaget's theory of cognitive development believes that children's thinking development follows specific stages, like sensory-motor stage, the pre-operational stage, and the concrete operational stage, and the formal operational stage. And each stage represents a different level of children's cognitive abilities. And he emphasized that children construct their own knowledge through interaction with the environment, and especially through exploration and the manipulation. And I have summarized the similarity and differences between the two theories. For the one, they both focus on children's cognitive development, but Piaget focuses on children's development within fixed stage through self-exploration, and while Vygotsky focuses on the impact of social interaction and cultural environments on children's development. And for two, the Piaget theory focuses on how children construct knowledge independently, while Vygotsky emphasized the role of more knowledge others in guiding the learning process. For the 3 points, the learning in Piaget's theory is spontaneous and children develop naturally through interaction with the environment, while Vygotsky's theory believes that learning is achieved through social interaction and cultural inheritance. So, and furthermore, there is an important distinction regarding the impact of teaching methods. And Piaget's theory tends to support exploratory learning and encouraging the students to discover and solve problems independently. And in contrast, Vygotsky's theory emphasizes the importance of guided learning and emphasizes the role of teachers and peers in providing support and facilitating learning. And this theory provides different perspectives on educational methods and practice. So next, we will delve into the concept of the zone of proximal development of the ZPD. So Vygotsky's zone of proximal development ZPD theory describes the potential level of learning and development that learners can achieve with appropriate guidance and assistance. And the ZPD refers to the cognitive zone between a learner's current ability to solve problems independently and the ability to solve more complex problems with the help of more knowledgeable others, such as teachers, peers, or parents. And this concept emphasizes the importance of guidance in the learning process, stating that learners, and with appropriate support, can reach a higher cognitive level than their current abilities. And the core of ZPD is to identify and utilize this area to provide appropriate educational intervention and promote learners' independent thinking and atmosphere learning abilities by gradually reducing external help. And the position of ZPD in the level of personal learning development can be referred to the picture given on the right. And the position of ZPD is between the potential level and the current level. At the same time, When people are at the current level, they belong to the conform zone, and the potential level is for learners between to the anxiety zone. And in Vygotsky's theory of the zone of proximal development (ZPD), the interaction plays a central role. By collaborating and communicating with more experienced or knowledgeable people such as peers and mentors, and learners are able to complete more complex tasks that they would not be able to do alone, and thereby pushing them beyond their current abilities. And this interaction not only improves learning efficiency, but also promotes the improvement of learners' cognitive abilities. And Vygotsky believed that this social interaction is a key drive of learning and development, because it provides the necessary support and challenge to help learners expand their cognitive boundaries and develop new skills. And in this way, the learners are able to progress within the ZPD and achieve higher level of cognitive and skill development. And we just mentioned the need to cooperate with more compatible people. So now let's take a deeper look at more knowledgeable people, the MKO. And the MKO refers to a person who has more knowledge or skills than a learner in a specific task or subject area. And this could be a teacher, an older classmate, or a parent, or anyone who can mentor you. And therefore, MKOs play a vital role in the learning process, providing information, guidance, support, and feedback to help learners reach cognitive levels that they would not be able to achieve on their own. And this process is related to ZPD. And the theory is closely related because of the existence of MKO. The learners can learn and grow effectively within ZPD. And therefore, the role played by MKO is not only the transfer of knowledge, but more importantly, the promotes the development and internalization of learners' cognitive abilities. And next, we will discuss the theory and the application of scaffolding teaching. And the scaffolding teaching is a teaching stage derived from Vygotsky's sociocultural theory. And in this method, teachers or facilitators must provide necessary support and guidance to help students move within their proximal development zone. As students gain new knowledge, support gradually decreases. For example, in school, the students are doing group learning activities that support a group of students in learning a new mathematics concept, and one of the students has grasped the concept and started helping his peers with their understanding. And these students help other students understand difficult problems by asking questions, explaining, and demonstrating in the process. And these more knowledgeable students is MKO provides appropriate guidance and support to help other students reach cognitive levels they would not be able to achieve alone, and which is what ZPD embodies. And the application of these strategies is very common in our lives. And here is an example. In math class, the teacher talks about a new mathematics concept, and the website will provide step-by-step guidance on how to understand and solve it. As the students gradually understand the questions, and the teacher will gradually provide this help until the students can answer the questions independently. And this process is the the practical application of scaffolding teaching, and which helps students gradually develop problem-solving skills with appropriate support. And next, we will explore the current digital learning environment. And the digital learning environment is simple an environment that uses network and digital technology to provide support for learning. And its most obvious the features include high accessibility and flexibility, and students can access learning resources anytime and anywhere through various devices such as computers, the tablet, PC, and other electronic devices. In addition, the digital learning environment also has many features, and it provides great interactive, and students can not only interact with classmates through online discussions and collaborative projects, but also obtain timely feedback from virtual teachers or adaptive learning systems. And this environment supports personalized learning, allowing students to learn at their own pace and interests, and while classrooms can tailor content to each student's needs and pace. And another key feature of digital learning environment is voluntary richness. For online classes to simulated interactions, the students have access to a wide range of learning materials and experiences. And this diversity not only enriches the learning experience, but also supports students with different learning styles. So for the application of ZPD in digital learning, and we can use the online language learning platforms Sentence as an example, and these platforms often provide personalized learning paths, and the platform will provide suitable learning materials and activities based on the students' current abilities. And in this way, students can learn with appropriate challenges and ensure that the activity are not too difficult or not difficult, so simple and right in their near development zone. So through today's discussion, and we learned that Vygotsky's zone of proximal development ZPD theory provides us with an important perspectives on cognitive development, and it emphasized the critical role of social interaction and education support in helping learners move beyond their current level. And in digital learning environments, the application of this theory makes the entire process of learning more personalized and interactive, and allowing educators to provide more suitable guidance based on the specific needs of each student. As technology advances, we can probably foresee that ZPD theory will be further integrated into various learning platforms to provide students with a more efficient and personalized learning experience. And Vygotsky theory is not only had such an important influence in the past, but its value and application will continue to develop in the field of education in the future. So that concludes my speech. So thank you very much to listening.